Cubs made a trade for Ryan Brasier of the Dodgers. He was designated for assignment. Cubs went out and made a trade to get him. We're going to talk about the impact on the bullpen. Having Brasier, 37 years old, is he too old, or is he a guy that could help this team win? Got rid of Rob Zastryzny, and what's the next move for the Cubs? Thanks for hanging out on the Cubs baseball channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's go, everybody. Let's talk about the Cubs. And again, that sense of urgency with Jed Hoyer in this front office, it's delicious. I love it. Let's go. What do you say, guys? Mick Gillespie, Cubs baseball channel. I know that this deal has been consummated now for a day, and you're going, well, you're kind of late. No, I'm not late. I'm just giving you my opinion when I'm ready to give my opinion, and you guys know that. This isn't the Alex Bregman signing that I'm getting up in the middle of the night to talk about. Braiser is someone that had calf issues last year, didn't pitch a whole lot for the Dodgers. Only 29 games. But look, I mean, he's versatile, made 4 starts. He pitched only 28 innings, though, but was good. I mean, obviously, when you roll in with a 3.54 ERA and a 3.85 career ERA in your 8 years in the big leagues, part of a Red Sox World Series champion, part of Dodgers World Series championships, including last year. So, I mean, you get it, or at least that one last year. So he's won some titles, but it's not like the guy was healthy. And again, you're talking about 37 years old from Wichita Falls, Texas, originally a 6th-round pick by the Angels in 2007. He was with the Angels. And then that was 2013, and then we didn't see him forever. And then all of a sudden he came back in 2018. So he's a late bloomer to the table. But he figured it out, and he's been really good since he got, back to the big leagues with the Red Sox and with the Dodgers. So the Cubs have decided to give him a shot, and he may be one of those guys. The Dodgers are sending some money with him. He signed a 2-year deal, got paid really well. And the Cubs are looking for guys that can come and get outs in the late innings, right? Brazier's one of those guys that they feel comfortable with if he can stay healthy. But it's not like your investment is so deep that if he's hurt all the time that you don't say, hey, we're going to, you're gone. You're out of here. And I think that that's kind of where we are right now overall with the direction of everything in this Cubs bullpen. Now, we don't have – the Dodgers have gone out, and I said this, the Dodgers have gone out and they've signed the best of the best. They signed Yates, and that's how Brasier was kind of without a job. And then the Cubs were like, hey, we'll take him. And so they're sent, the player to be named later, money, whatever it is, they're getting him. And you hope that he's a guy that can come in and have an impact. Now, in his career, 385 earned run average, talked about that before, 10-8 record, 10 saves. But he's been good. Like when he's been healthy, it's not like the guy's ever really been racked up. 2022 with Boston, his earned run average was 578, but the rest of the time it's been pretty respectable. And then as a Dodger, he's been great. I mean, 2023 with the Dodgers, he was 2-0 and had a .70 ERA. And then last year, with dealing with the calf injury, he was still 4-3 and had a 3.54 ERA. Cubs got rid of Rob Zastryzny to make this move. Love Rob, great guy, but I just didn't see the him lasting on the 40-man roster. Honestly, I was surprised that when they gave up Luis Vazquez, that they wouldn't have given up Zastryzny's spot for Vazquez. But he's still left-handed pitchers, and those guys stay around in the big leagues for a long time. So he'll find somewhere else, or the Cubs would give him a spot in the minor leagues if he wanted to do that. So we'll see what happens there. But he was originally a Cub, and then, obviously released now to make this move. What this tells me, though, is that there is a sense of urgency for this team. And I've said this over and over again. You got to find as many guys in that bullpen that can get outs. And these are a lot of older dudes, like 37 years old in this day and age in baseball is an old man. But if you can go get outs, how to pitch, then you're dealing with it. And with everything that the Cubs are doing right now, you get the sense of it's now or we're all fired. And so it's not about, hey, we're going to develop young players. We're going to keep young guys hanging around. Here's somebody that's going to give us a chance down the road. It's now or never. And I feel like Brasier's one of those guys that kind of equals that now or never. Guys, Super Bowl 59 is coming up, and we are really glad to be partnering with DraftKings Sportsbook. We got a deal for you to take advantage of. And look, our first big sponsor here on the channel, $5 down gets you $200 in bonus bets. Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to be remembered. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using the promo code CBC. The crown is yours. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not available in your state yet, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings app now. New customers use my promo code CBC and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code CBC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The Alex Bregman watch continues for the Cubs. John Heyman is predicting that the Cubs could get Alex Bregman. We've talked about it. Other commentators have said the same thing. And we've covered this from the very beginning. The thing that I'm paying attention to is the money trail, right? I know that we've got into this. You guys can go watch the video from a couple of days ago that the Alex Bregman situation comes down to teams having the ability to pay for him and have a spot for him. His old team, the Astros, don't seem to have a third base spot for him anymore. So what does that mean, right? Are you really going to move Isaac Paredes to second and then move Jose Altuve to left and then pay this guy $156 million to play third? I don't think so. And the Red Sox are talking to the Cardinals about Arenado. So what does that mean? That means that the market's drying up. Who wants to play in Toronto? Who wants to go play in Detroit? Everybody wants to be a Cub if you can make it happen. And obviously, it's a deal that everybody's happy with, right? I feel like there's some momentum here. You guys are reaching out to me. You're like, hey, are you serious? You know the Cubs don't want to spend the money. What I will say is this. Being that I've spent 20 years around the organization, I think that even if they don't want to spend the money, if they feel like they get the right deal and it's going to make this team a winner, that they'll go out and spend it. I think there's some reluctance here because Theo struck out on Jason Hayward. It was a terrible signing. Awful. Now, we did win the World Series. He gave a speech, but look, besides that, it was awful. For the money that the guy made, he was one of the worst players on the team. And then you sign Dansby Swanson. You go and give him an enormous contract. I get it. His wife plays soccer. You know, she's in Chicago, all that. It doesn't matter. You got to hit the ball. And the guy didn't hit the ball last year. If he hits the ball and he makes that contract worth it, hey, nobody has a problem with it. But when you got to bat the guy that you're paying the most money on the team eighth, it does make you a little reluctant to go out and trust people to spend your money. And there's a lot more to owning a team than just rolling out guys to play baseball. I mean, it's a business. With that said, I feel like, and I know some of you guys are going to hate me for saying that, but with that said, I feel like if you got the right deal and you put him in that lineup, and it changes the culture. It just does. So I feel like the Cubs are still in this. I really do. From the bottom of my heart. And if they don't sign him, look, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just don't think that they're out of it. I feel like they are legitimately considering this move. So John Heyman could be right. Other people could be right. I'm sure there's a debate going on right now about this. But if I'm Jed Hoyer and I'm looking at my future and I'm looking at where the Cubs are right now, even as Nico Horner, they say that Nico Horner is one of the best second basemen in the National League. I still feel like, hey, I could trade him and put Matt Shaw in that spot, get more offensive production with power, and bring Bregman in. Now, I saw a really interesting ESPN video where they were talking about how hard it is for right-handers to double at Wrigley and why Bregman shouldn't go there. And all I kept thinking was, hey, Andre Dawson made it work. The Hawk made it work. Chris Bryant made it work. Javi Baez made it work. You can double at Wrigley. Okay, I guess that some of the analytics might tell you that you can't. But I was a Ryan Sandberg fan growing up. He had a lot of doubles. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Get in the comments section and tell me what you think. And we're doing a show every day. Look, is Braiser a pitcher that can help the Cubs win? Yeah. And I feel like the closer they get to having a bullpen from top to bottom that's good, the better off they're going to be. I feel like the problem that these guys have had is that they've had this bullpen that's been really good, and then they've had this other bullpen that was like, hey, we're not doing too well. We'll throw these guys in. And then all of a sudden you're not doing too good. And I feel like that's changing. And I think that's a good thing. All right. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the Cubs Baseball channel. And again, take advantage of our promo code, which is right here, CBC, Cubs Baseball channel, $5 down, $200 in bonus bets at DraftKings. We'll be back if Bregman signs, or if not, tomorrow morning. Go Cubs.